Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I hope you're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna do a first reaction for me. Actually, I haven't seen this trailer of it, and Corvo's first reaction to the trailer. Now, this is the trailer for Godzilla versus King Kong, the second one, 2021 release, which is releasing what month or day is this movie releasing?
I think it should be like middle of the year. Should be like May or something. Something like that.
I'll find out. Hang on, give me a minute.
Well, we got time. But this movie is gonna be supposedly, now I hear that they've already announced there's actually gonna be a true winner in this movie. I don't know if that's a spoiler or anything like that, but
I doubt that, because some of the stuff I saw from one of the trailers dictates. Well, yeah, there's gonna be a winner, but it's probably gonna be two.
When's it releasing, Stealthy? I see you're back there like a kid in the video. Me.
March 31st.
March 31st. All right.
I was like, I could have sworn it was March. It was like right at the end of March.
What's the date on that? What's the day?
The
Friday?
Most likely either Friday or Saturday.
No, you're asking me questions. It's a Wednesday. It is actually in 3 weeks.
Wednesday. Interesting. Now, this movie will be coming out to normal theaters on HBO Prime, I believe, and also in IMAX. Now, that's something that I would like to see in IMAX, but that would be a little hard for me. But hoping for everybody out there to do go see the IMAX, be safe, keep your mask, and be wary of other people, but enjoy the movie. Now, let's get to trailer. Now, again, first reaction, and see what this is about.
We need Kong. The world needs him. She's the only one who...
Okay, so does anybody know what's up with little girl? Like,
my understanding is she's probably the only one he reacts to.
Yeah, it's the only one he can.
Was she in the original movie?
No.
So she's just out of the blue.
I do know that she's deaf. Like, she's a deaf actress, and her character is also deaf. But she's I guess she's the only one that Kong will communicate with. That's my guess.
Okay, so I wonder if this is like future of the last King Kong movie, or is this more like present? Was that past? I'm kind of confused. Like, how
it's after Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah,
I know that much. And the King Kong movie was set up. What was it? The 1960s?
Yeah, they had to do a time lapse, between the original Kong movie and this, because Kong still wasn't big enough in height and stature to even try to take on Godzilla.
So that King Kong wasn't at his prime, and this is more modern day King Kong.
This is more King Kong done got grown.
That King Kong was, I think, a teenager.
Yeah, that was a teenage King Kong in the original.
And that was 60s, so it's been about maybe like 30, maybe even 40 years. This King Kong's either in the 50s or
Which King Kong are we following? Are we following the Skull Island? Or are we following
Skull Island?
Skull Island.
Are we following the other King Kong? You
This
know
is
what I'm
about
referring to.
This is Skull Island. He
big Kong.
put it like this. Godzilla was like 300 and something feet tall.
He was like only 150.
He was only like 150 in the 60s. They had to get 150 feet taller for him to even look him in the eye. So they gave
what
him
I'm saying
time-lapse.
is, remember, the recent King Kong is the one that he's talking about, the 1960s.
Yeah, he was in the 1960s in the Vietnam War.
Skull Island, though, is not that one.
That's right.
It's
Skull
just King
Island
Kong.
is
That's
1920s.
This is following just the Kong one from the 1960s, where the plane crashed. It was a 60s version of a Korean plane that crashed.
Yeah.
And then you're jumping to after King of the Monsters, because
which was 2016.
2016, because Kong was only like 150 feet tall in the 60s. He had to be 300 feet tall to be able to look Godzilla in the eyes. So they did a jump forward so that he would age and be bigger.
So how many years would you say that this King Kong is compared to if he's a teen when he's in that movie and now he's an adult? Would you say he's 30s or his 40s?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been 50 years since that movie.
Right. So
I guess he'd be like prime, so that'd be like 30.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Godzilla is supposed to be 330 feet tall.
Yeah, but Godzilla's still gonna be taller than Kong.
Yeah, I think Kong's going to be like a 285 feet, something like that.
Okay, so he still has a little bit of height, but he still has a lot of arms. So let's continue on. Let's see what this gentleman here is saying. Let's back it up a little bit here.
Okay, so the
She's
one
the
that
only
you guys
one who
watched.
communicate with.
The only one she can communicate with. Okay, so we have Godzilla attacking the ships. I don't understand that at all. Like, I thought Godzilla was supposed to be the nice guy to humans. Like, I'm here to save the world, not the guy that's like literally here. I'm here to kill you.
Godzilla's the savior of the world, but that doesn't always mean he does what's best for the humans. If he has to kill a couple of 100,000 of us to save the planet, a couple of 100,000 of us are gonna die. You understand?
Yeah, okay.
I think they're building something, and that's why he's just not really caring. And also, I mean, they woke up King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
And I think that they're it's either Robo Godzilla or I don't know. They're probably building some big old kaiju to combat Godzilla because they realize that nobody can really mess with them.
That'd be very much future technology, and if this is placed in modern day, I'd love to see that in real life. But I'm kind of like he's on a boat, chained up. I don't see how the eating chains can hold, King Kong really. And then Godzilla's like, "Yo, what up? Your boat? Yeah, forget it. We have a lot of theories. At least I know Corvo, you have some theories and maybe why he's attacking King Kong. Would you like to get into that a little bit?"
So I feel like there's some underlying shit going on. Like he knows something, because the whole premise of Godzilla is he always senses when bad shit's about to happen to the planet.
And King Kong just in the wrong place, the wrong time.
Yeah, I feel like Kong is in the wrong place at the wrong time, and Kong being who Kong is, anything that Kong is on is his turf. And when you break that shit, he gets pissed off about it.
Also, from the comics, I think there was a war between Godzilla species and King Kong species, and I think Godzilla's like, "What the fuck are you doing off your island, bud?" It might be him. That might be him from like.
Some people have already found out that there has been some inconsistencies to this Godzilla in this movie when it comes to size. Like in one scene, he will be taller, and the other scene, he will be shorter. So like they're not doing a very good job being consistent on the size. So if you go by the scale for the finger, that might actually size of him during the combat.
Well, that's not what we're saying. It's if you look at the prior movies, the one that's based, which is King Kong.
Just grew into his hands.
It's based on 1933. Supposedly he is before a teenager at that point.
Anyways.
And he can hold a person in his hand. And then 40 years later, his hand does come next to one of the actors in the scene, and it's about the same size anyway.
He grew into his hands.
Oh, he grew.
That's my theory.
All right.
Even though he's the same size.
Let's go.
It's Godzilla.
Okay. Real thought here, and this bugs me. This bugged the other people here. Their size, their scale, and these ships, like, I just don't see this possible. Even for their size and scale, how much these ships can hold up. Do you really think that they could really just stand on those ships and just start wailing on and chop each other without sinking them, or at least cracking the ship in half? Like,
well, it is sinking it, technically speaking, but...
Well, I mean, yeah, it is sinking it, but...
And if not all the airplanes are on it, because it is an aircraft carrier, technically it is lighter, so it won't just necessarily snap.
And also you have the balance between... Godzilla is taking up a lot of room, especially with his tail and also his body. Mm-hmm. So I think it would technically balance it out a little bit. But then again, Kong jumping, that immediately causes Godzilla to fall back.
Like Godzilla's already crawled onto the ship and looked like he was like actually crawling onto it as if it was damage
And
to
he
it. And then now he's on top of it as if it was minuscule size compared to him. Just, out of random.
well,
Well,
remember
also you have to back
prow
up
of
with it, just don't.
the prow of an aircraft
It's going
carrier
straight
is
through.
thinner.
Very
So
thin.
it just doesn't go like this all the way out. It's gonna go like this and then slowly narrow to a point.
And there is a part of that aircraft carrier that is broken
Is that another boat down there?
on the right side.
On the right.
that's a destroyer
Okay.
that's down on the front.
Okay, so this right here is
see
broken
the
off.
cannons and the 50 cals.
Oh yeah, that is a
This is a
destroyer.
destroyer.
Okay, but I just there's a lot of people saying like this
Play a
wouldn't
lot of
actually
math.
like they would not be able to sustain their weight. And I would kind of agree. I've heard some people say like they're just too big.
It's not
I would feel
balanced,
like they
okay.
would crack it. But yeah, you're right. He is balancing his weight pretty well, but he's a ginormous monster. Even though later in the movie, size does vary and it's kind of noticeable. But I think they did pretty much this for the coolest factor. It's a very nice scene. There you go. There she was being sign language. That scene, that was like he's like look at the boxer stance. That
This
is
is Mike Tyson in his prime. If I've ever
dude has this, like he's
Got a little tattoo on his face. We got a big ass mic.
like it has help me be careful.
No,
Be
please
careful.
be careful. She doesn't care about herself. She didn't say that.
That's just that's a
No, zero. You don't remember the old Godzilla movie?
I do, but the thing is,
They took Godzilla to the moon to fight Zero.
no. But the thing is, they also were able to mind control Godzilla.
oh
So what if Zero is what they're building,
No,
and that's what comes out?
what if Zero?
Wait,
is
Zero
what
is
they-
Space Godzilla, isn't it?
No, Zero was the two-headed dragon.
Uh,
What if Zero is what they have, and controlling Godzilla is what they need to be able to get him here?
I think the humans are building Mecha Godzilla. In all honesty, but he's just like no.
Why was there a Kong handprint or a Kong-esque handprint? I'm curious about that.
That's his parents. Let's see what else they like.
I'm more curious about what's going on. I guess that's supposed to be aliens. Marvel's
Probably.
here.
Well, there was aliens in the Godzilla.
Whoa. That's definitely a King Kong handprint. Cause that's a perfect size. So
I think that's his clan.
That-
A handprint from his parents, maybe.
Well, his parents were killed by the skull crawlers,
Right.
and I think that's all that's left of them, besides their bones.
I seriously think that would break a ship.
I still love the fact that they're still firing things at Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, when do we learn that our weaponry fired at that big giant lizard?
It's like, you're gonna bring it to my little girl. Bring it to you.
That scene right there, wait.
Wait, go back. What was he snapping? That Slim Jim?
That scene where they're going through the people are running down that hill. Like, try to pause it on there.
Okay. Ah, dang it.
That little red tent.
Yeah.
Right there. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that
you're thinking, I'm guessing here, that little red tint is Robo Godzilla.
Mechagodzilla?
Either Mechagodzilla or Rodan.
Rodan.
And again, Rodan ain't really gonna do much.
If Rodan is stupid enough to crawl out of his damn hole after King of the Monsters,
Okay.
he had some balls.
Someone
I mean,
that's not
he did
informed with Rodan, give people a little bit more of like, I think most people know about Mechagodzilla, but Rodan, that's not a very average day name.
Yeah, okay, so Rodan is another one of the kaijus that roam the planet, these giant monsters. If anybody watched King of the Monsters, they'd realize that Rodan was one of the first ones that was woken up when they were screwing around trying to
Find the alpha
find the alpha frequency, and basically by the end of the movie, he done got bitch slapped by Godzilla so hard that he bowed.
And Mothra.
Well,
I think it might be like,
Mothra bitch slapped him. Let's be honest
yeah,
here.
Mothra whooped his ass.
so you thinking that he may be like going, you know what? I rebel now.
Yeah, I'm catching you. You playing with the big primate, so check some of this,
And
bitch.
scratch you in the eye.
All right,
Anyway.
all right.
Sir.
Set a pause. We got
This
another.
shit.
We got another red
whoa.
one.
Check them red eyes out.
We got some rounded.
Are
That could be shrapnel. That could be the part of the explosion.
No, there's two.
And they're two equally spaced.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very
look at
equally
it.
spaced.
Look like
Remember the
fucking
moth
eyes.
from the first Godzilla?
Mothra?
No,
No.
not Mothra.
The moth, the other thing.
Not the moth. It wasn't a moth, but it was
The weird thing that was crawling around.
Oh, the
yeah.
Remember they didn't
the
find
Mutos.
The
They didn't
Mutos. Oh
find all the eggs.
shit.
Or did you forget?
That's right. There
No, the
was
thing
one
is
egg
there-
left.
No, the thing is, there's a queen.
There was an egg left though. Remember at the end of it? There was
Ooh.
a Muto egg left.
Hmm. All right.
That's possible.
Whoa.
That's
Go back a little bit.
It got
definitely.
bigger.
That
That's
is
moving.
definitely something.
That's
walking.
moving. That is moving over them.
Yeah, that is.
That looks
That is
like
a
a-
neck.
That is a neck of something.
That's not falling toward them. That is
No.
That is going
cascading
upward.
upwards.
It's staying at the same. Yeah, that's not. No.
Okay. And here
'Cause he was
comes the
that.
weapon. Now, I have not seen this scene up close.
What
What do y'all think
that
this scene is?
behind them? The two flying things.
A lot of it looks like spaceships. Looks like spaceships. Or a bunch of little helicopters, drones, but I think it's spaceships. But that weapon in his hand doesn't look the type of weapon I thought it would. I thought it was. I thought it was like a top of a tower. And he stuck the Godzilla like back spikes into it.
The thing is, that does look a lot like one of his back spikes. That is one of his dorsal plates.
Yeah, look at that. Looks like one of his dorsal. But is this supposed to be a
That
a
looks
bone
like
that's-
the bone.
that's
Thing
getting
is, I
charged
think-
up?
The thing is, you know what we saw from Godzilla 2014, right? We saw a skeleton from another Godzilla.
That's right. We did.
Yeah, that could be a bone from one of the Godzillas. Because the thing is, I think there was in the comics there was a war between Godzillas and the Zilla species and Kong species, and I think they're the only two left. And I think that might have been one of the weapons they used to combat the Godzilla.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Nope,
No one knows
there's
what the
another
fuck those are.
I keep reaching for greatness because I'm built from it.
Okay, so we got a bunch of other creatures jumping in. You think probably some small little creatures, right? Little annoying pests. That's going on.
Did you see the two that were fighting Kong?
Yeah,
the
the
original?
two serpent-like things.
Those don't seem like they're little.
I wonder
What
if
if those
that's
old?
what got him stirred up.
Well, the thing is, when the alpha frequency hit, it stirred up all the skull crawlers and probably woke something else up on the island.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Who bows to who? Nobody gonna stop for me.
Kong bows to no one.
'Cause look,
Yeah, right there.
he's charging it with the atomic breath.
Yeah, but like it looks like either he's blocking it or it's being absorbed or being directed toward it. Cause he don't have to shoot at the axe. He can literally just aim his body downwards and shoot at his waist. But I guess
Well-
King Kong's smart enough to actually quit bending.
Possibly. Let it play through.
Kong does move it.
Yeah, but why does Godzilla keep his direction toward it? Like, why doesn't he has it way above his head? Why
Well,
not just go?
You see Kong move it mid-air, like, and direct it towards the atomic breath.
Yeah, but what Grumpy's saying is he didn't have to keep it there once it hit it. He could have aimed his head down.
Well, also you got to think of the sheer size of this creature. It'd probably take over a second for his nerve endings to reach throughout the rest of his body.
But he's done it in other ones.
Yeah, he's
Well, I think
done his full
also
36
Theodore
with it.
just dodged that shit and just did the whole lightning attack on him.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested about that weapon. The weapon does not seem like King Kong's, and it doesn't seem like he has it at the beginning of the movie. He gets it later in the movie. Where does he get it from, and who he gets it from is definitely a question that I have. And why does Godzilla seem hell bent about destroying it? Because he's like
on destroying it, or just stopping Kong in general.
Yeah, because Kong's probably doing something that he doesn't know about. I don't know.
Like if he does get his mind controlled, right? Let's say he does get his mind controlled by those aliens, whatever, and then they give him a weapon, and they give him more intelligence to how to defeat a Godzilla. He's gonna use that weapon to like hey, as long as you shoot your beam at me, I got this axe thing that you're gonna shoot at it. Regardless what I do. And Godzilla's like, I gotta destroy that thing. If I don't destroy that thing, kill me. And now has this weapon that originally was not from his island, because on the ship going to this, assuming Japan at that point, or States or whatever.
It leaves you with more questions than answers, honestly.
Definitely, and it doesn't give you a lot of spoilers. I'm hoping all those scenes aren't going to be like the
Like
only
the
good
axe?
spots.
Besides the axe.
Hey, man.
Well, you know it's in there, but it's like, where do you get it from? What is it made of? And who's it made from? And why does he have it? How did he get it? Why's a spaceship?
Well, the one thing that we do know for sure from the axe in and of itself is that it is a plate off Godzilla. We don't
I
know if
think
it's
so.
like that
If it's that
specific
Godzilla's?
Godzilla or if it's another Godzilla, but it is a
Just
plate of a Godzilla.
Well,
Because
this,
we did see a skeleton. We did see a skeleton from one in the first movie. I don't know. I think that could pertain to it. Maybe not.
Yeah, but the skeleton, you didn't see any.
Well, then again, from the first movie to the second movie, from the Godzilla 2014 to King of the Monsters, his dorsal plates change.
This is true. So he might have shed him.
Or he was in a battle.
someone found it
Yeah,
and then
'cause
hooked
I
it up to a big ass bone.
I think the comics say that he fought the Queen of the Mewtwo's, or Mewtwo Prime.
You too, Pokemon. Let's go.
There we go. Muto Prime, which is like big ass Mewtwo. Muto.
You stuck on YouTube.
I'm stuck on it. All right, so that was the trailer.
Followed
Leave
by
your
a
thoughts
card.
on what the axe may be, an idea what it may came from. Do you think, my point of view, do you think it may be a traction beam? Do you think you're trying to destroy it? What's the spaceships? What's the deal about that? Who do you think the mystery monster is? And are you gonna go see the movie? Maybe in
Yes.
IMAX?
Yes.
Be sure to leave that thoughts down below in the comments, and be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. As
I'll twist
always,
around.
let's wrap this up. Everybody have a good day. Everybody have a good night. As always, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Good luck.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
You were the King Kong one. Ironically, remember how that ride in Universal is King Kong Skull Island? It's actually based only on King Kong. It's not actually the King Kong Skull Island. You were correct. King Kong Skull Island's the one in the 60s. So the one that we're talking about was in 1933. The one that technically starts with yours goes from 1944 to 1973.
Right. Okay. Either way, there was an age gap on purpose so that he could get big enough for this fight.
But my thing is, if that's so, why has he not grown much larger?
Well, he has.
He has. You just hadn't
No,
seen him.
between 33 and 44.
Well, you don't see the sheer size of King Kong in that. You just see his eyes compared to a human. I'm sure if we scaled it might be different, but
No, there is a point. He holds the girl in the first one. There's a good size comparison on that one because she's about the size of his hand. Then there's the one in 1944, he does hold one of them, or comes close to touching one of them, and they're still about the same size as his hands.
I'm just thinking like what you're saying.
What she's saying is the one is still behind the other, and from point A to point B, he doesn't grow a whole lot, but suddenly
Well-
from here to here,
He
he's.
probably hit his growth spurt.
I mean, he is a mammal.
So they don't have an indeterminate growth like Godzilla does, where he just gets bigger and bigger.
Mhm.
It's more of a you grow,
Well,
you stop,
think of
you
this.
grow, stop,
That's
grow.
from 1933 to 1973.
Well, yeah, I mean that'd be like, I think their lifespan's like 200-300 years. So that would be like,
And he was a teenager, supposedly, into 1973 one.